we're a quorum. So we go ahead with anybody got comments on the minutes? Any?
No,
Uh,
I don't.
Yeah, I went through them. I thought they were looked perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
I move they be approved as printed.
Yeah, let's do it. Everybody in favor?
Aye.
I
Okay, it's unanimous. Thank you. Let's see. So our information table at Jagear's talk, Lois came. Unfortunately, Isabel couldn't make it. But I was there, and then we were sharing a table with the folks from what's called the Bumblebee Project, or used to be called the Native Pollinator Task Force, which is that 36 town group. And it was good. I brought some cuttings of willow and handed those out. You know, they were about 15 inches long, and it's pretty simple. You just stick them in the ground and they grow. You have to trim the bottom, but and that they all got handed out. I did not bring a demo of the how to do a bee identification. And the other thing I failed to do was Isabel prepared a very nice worksheet for kids to color in. This is on the minutes. I failed to bring that. I got it all ready to bring, and then I forgot to get to the library in time to get them printed before it started. Because they wanted to be printed in color, and I don't have a color printer. And the third thing I failed to do under the general heading of confessions is bring a single sheet summarizing our mission and noting when our meetings are held. So feeding into maybe but with those shortcomings, the willow cuttings were great. We had a couple of nice handouts. I don't know, did I send them out to you guys, the handouts or copies of them? I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
I'll
I
send them out.
did actually, I made the talk, but I got there late and had to leave right away.
Yeah.
But I saw that the table seemed to have a lot on it and there were people there, so. But again, I showed up right at the very last minute.
So what'd you think of the talk?
It was good.
Yeah,
It was interesting.
yeah. Did you pick up any new stuff?
Not, I mean, I guess it sort of just, it clicked a little more for me that we have to think about the complete ecosystems rather than just individual species, whether they be insect or plant. I mean, it makes sense from the dark ages when I had animal behavior and things like that. But that was just sort of interesting where he said, you know, you can't just talk about something being a pollinator because it may not actually be pollinating. Depends on the plant. It depends on lots of things. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that some on blueberry blossoms, that you'll see a little hole drilled in the side where somebody's been stealing the nectar.
Oh yeah, I've never looked for that, but.
Yeah.
But I did, yeah, I need to, he had mentioned a couple plants that I need to look into for my garden, which is a challenging one because I have so much shade.
Yeah. I found, oh, would you like a red bud? They grow in partial shade.
I'd love a red bud. You have a red bud?
I've got probably about 8 red bud seedlings of various sizes, from maybe 2 feet up to about 4 or 5 feet.
I would
pretty
happily
easy
take a red bud.
Yeah, well, if you're willing to bring a shovel, they're actually very easy to dig up, and this is a very nice time to transplant them. They like it a little bit wet. Yeah, if anybody wants a red bud, I really do have about 10 or 15 of them. I think that we could probably easily.
I love red buds.
can't leave them where they are. And they're a very good pollinator. They're on Jaguar's list. Nice early bloom. And of course, if anybody wants willows, I've got tons.
So but I had a question for you on that, because everything I've read about willows suggests they want things pretty moist, and
Yes.
I don't water much here, so nothing. I mean, it's very shady, but so if it
Yeah.
rains a lot, then things are moist, but I don't go out of my way to water. So
Yeah, I think they like their feet wet.
yeah, I figured my garden was probably not appropriate.
Yeah, I think the red bud will probably be okay. They're not quite as I've got one growing by our garage that's in a place that does not have standing water, and it's done very well.
Well, I don't mind. I always water, to establish it. But once a tree is established, I would
Yeah.
hope you need to water it too much.
Well, the upside of a willow is that if it doesn't take, it's no loss because there's so much of it. Well, anyway, so I'll what I was thinking of, let's see. Well, let's keep moving here. I learned, I felt at Jaguar's talk. I've heard him give this talk before a few times. And each time I think I pick up something new. It's partly a commentary on my inability to really catch everything the first time, or even the second time. But he's talked about how different plants have different quality of pollen. So I thought we might pursue that a little bit. I'll do that on my own. I'm just curious. The other aspect of old business was the future of the pollinator committee. I did ping Matt. I sent an email to Matt. I said, "Hey, what's cooking?" And he said, "Well, basically, nothing. We're going to continue." He said that it hasn't been really discussed in the select board meetings, and there was apparently Delia wasn't that interested at this point. So for the moment, I think we'll continue as we are. I think we should think about maybe, like I really like the idea of having a goal each month that we brought up last time, and I think we need to think about the committee organization, and perhaps I would be open if someone wanted to pick up the job of chairing this thing. That's fine with me. I can work hard in whatever thing I do, because I'm very interested in it, because I figure I spend all the time I used to spend on keeping honeybees doing this, which I have to say wasn't that much time, but it was more than zero for sure. So we'll have a meeting again next month. We might want to have, I don't know, how do you guys feel about meeting outside or in person? Maybe
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would vote for that.
Yeah, me too. I think let's do that. We'll figure out a location and we'll do it.
We have space available if that fits the bill.
Yeah, I wanted to share, Steve had that's winter sow at your greenhouse. And
we have a tent up too now, so either way.
yeah, that's
depending
right.
on the
Yeah.
weather.
So let's do that next time. And then at the winter sow, I started, I don't know, about a dozen containers. And I have to say that the giant purple hyssop seeds have sprouted. And so I'm looking forward to that. That is a hyssop that has a flower spike on it that's about like that. And now so under new business, we've got Earth Day coming up on the 22nd. You guys have a copy of the agenda, right? Agenda, yeah. How do you feel about making that our target for this month? In other words, make that something we focus on. And
Yeah, I mean, that sounds good. I realized I'm out of town that weekend.
okay, well, yeah, we don't have to have everybody there. But we might prepare materials for it. I thought what I could do is fill in the blanks of stuff I forgot this month and bring those. And maybe what other things could we do there? We'll probably see children, I would imagine.
where is the Earth Day celebration at the main library, or is it at the high school? Where is it?
That's a good question, and I don't know the answer. I know sometimes it used to be at the Umbrella, or they were one of the organizers of it.
Well, they used to have that big parade, right?
Yeah, yeah,
The I can never pronounce it. Musketekid.
yeah, Mesquite. Oh, Lois did something really fun at this thing at Jaguars. She made some little tiny bumblebees out of pipe cleaners. They were about so long. I wish I had one, but boy, everybody just oohed and ahhed over those, and they all disappeared. So maybe we'll get some more. Maybe we bring some pipe cleaners and have kids make their own. Maybe they could see if they could make a Bombus fervidus or do the identifications of bees by the yellow and black bands.
Sounds like good activity.
Yeah. Let's see. The other thing that's coming up is this mustard pull. But Janet was telling me, I talked to her a couple of days ago, and she said that really happens in the beginning of May. That's something Delia organizes. But I think we could participate in that. But that might be a nice target for May. Any other thoughts on something we might do for May?
Are there, I wonder if, would Isabel need help with like that Harrington pollinator garden? I don't know if, early on in the season, if any of those things need to be weeded or checked for invasives. I don't, maybe like a working session. I have to admit, I still haven't had a chance to go by that Harrington pollinator garden, and I'm sure it's pretty neat.
It is.
But that might be something.
That's a great idea, because this is the time of year to do it. Do you want to check with Isabel and see what would work best for her if we were to descend and help?
Sure.
Okay, that'd be cool. Because it's a lot we could do there.
This is a side topic, so apologies, but I was at our cousin's community garden meeting on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember. Oh, somebody was talking about sowing wild seeds, and I just made a comment about how you need to make sure that they were actually wild and not cultivars, etc. But so pollinator committee came up, and then someone asked me, and I don't remember who it was, about she had asked, I think, Marcia about the possibility of planting native plants along the Bruce Freeman rail trail over near the prison.
Okay.
And I think she has the volunteers and they'll get the plants and everything, but apparently it was not approved by the town, which I don't quite understand. But I don't know any history there, so I'm just wondering if anybody had heard about that.
I hadn't, but
Seems like there'd be a lot of places to do it along the trail.
Yeah, especially around the prison there where it's not very nice. So
I don't
I
know
also had that, and I supposed it was going on, but I can see if I can find out from Delia about what happened.
okay.
I mean, maybe she asked the wrong person. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe she shouldn't have asked Marcia. Maybe she should have asked Delia. I don't know.
I don't know, they'd be concerned about people with allergies on the bike trail.
Maybe, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there was that whole, that development there fell through, the big one, and Carlene and her group had been planning on putting a big native pollinator
Right.
section in there, so that's fallen through for now. So it would have been nice to have something, just some plantings along. I think what she was thinking was at the end of the rail trail, near where they're building the new house. So across Commonwealth Ave.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Sort of way up there, almost to Route 2 then.
Yeah, where there's a little parking lot there.
That sounds like a really good idea. I've often been, one of the things I was supposed to do this month that I've also forgot to do was to get a hold of the town and talk about planting pollinator plants along roadways, on the town right of way. I mean, our redbud tree right now, the parent of all these is pretty close to that right of way on our property. But there's a lot of land there. And I know Isabel's planted what I guess they call this area between the sidewalk and the street, the hell strip or something like that, which I'd never heard before. And so that maybe those are an opportunity, because I've heard a lot of people say it doesn't hurt bees to put them next to roadways. The car fatalities are small compared to the benefit. Yeah. Well, let's pursue that.
All right, well, I'll put that on my list, and
Okay.
maybe I'll wait till Isabel feels better towards the end of the week.
Yeah. I'm sorry. She's really under the weather with COVID. Bad stuff.
No, I didn't hear that when she come down with it.
Gee, I don't know exactly. Well, she missed the meeting last Wednesday, so it must have been before that, because she was planning to come to Jaguar's talk, and then she couldn't do it at the last minute. Yeah, so maybe almost a week ago. Yeah.
Hopefully she'll be getting over it now.
Yeah, but boy, an email I got from her today, it sounded like she was laid up in bed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if she's taken that stuff. What's it? I can't remember the name of it.
Paxlovid.
Paxlovid, yeah. I mean, I had it and I took Paxlovid and it was great. Then I got over it and I tested clean, and then a day later I had it back again.
Rebound, yeah.
but the rebound wasn't bad. I just was lucky I had a lighter case, I think. Well, I think we're in pretty good shape. Is there what else should we put in our new business? This is good. I mean, we've got lots of possibilities for May and even June,
Let's see. Oh, just a reminder. The Ag Committee,
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
think
mention that.
they're sponsoring a no-till talk on
That's
April
right.
26th at Harvard Dealer. It's in the minutes, so when the minutes get posted, it's in last month's minutes, so when
That's
those
right.
get posted, people will be able to see that. But
Yeah, I really want to go to that. That was one thing that we did last month too. We went with the Ag Committee and we went over to Colonial Gardens. Lois set that up, and that was really fun. That was very interesting. I thought the guy who runs Colonial Gardens, which I'd never been really that, knew nothing about it. I mean, guys got a great operation.
Yeah, they do a nice job.
Yeah, I mean, it's really top rate. I mean, he gets really top rate plants. He takes care of them really well. Janet asked him about pesticides. He said, we don't need them because we keep our greenhouse so clean. He said, no weeds. And he had one guy, his job was going around and pulling weeds. And I looked around after he said that, I looked around the greenhouse a little bit. I only saw one little weed about this big the whole time I was there. And
Well, a lot of what he calls weeds, we'd probably call native pollinators.
oh yeah. But I think I liked his point. He said, if you don't have them here, then the bugs don't hang out on the weed
Right.
when you've got plants there. So they've got nothing to eat. And if they don't have anything to eat, they're gone. And I thought his approach was just, because being meticulous in a greenhouse is a hard thing to do. I think that's
Well,
the
of
big
course,
challenge.
then there are some plants he doesn't grow at all because of that too.
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah. But he had
I was around on a tour as well. Can't remember if it was the same one, Mark. But it was very interesting, and just to see how he approached business and ran it was quite encouraging.
That's right. Yeah, we were there. That was
Okay,
same
yeah,
time. Yeah.
okay. I couldn't remember if you were there,
No.
whether it's the same one or not, or a different one.
Yeah, Lois was there. Let's see.
Lois was there, yeah.
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 It was excellent. It was
Yeah, it
this will be
was.
fun. Yeah, this I think we've got a good thing going here. We'll work, Steve, we'll work to get closer to the Ag Committee.
Yeah.
Pick up some farming tips along the way.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
With more interest, I do a gardening class and that sold out early this year.
Nice. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, we have a community garden in Cananum that had 30 members last year, and we've got 6 more people now this year that want to join.
Yeah.
That's out of 100 families. That's amazing.
That's good.
Yeah, it is good. Yeah, I really think the town of Concord would be smart to have a community garden area every half mile or mile, something like that in town. Make sure no one's more than a half mile from one.
I walked 4 of them, I guess, counting Cananum.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice.
But we had some sad news this week. I don't know if anyone of you, whether you know him, but Murray Nicholson died.
Oh,
Yes.
did he?
Yeah.
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 No, he used to be a neighbor.
Oh,
He
that's
used to
right.
be a neighbor,
Yeah, that years ago. Yeah. In the
Hmm.
meantime, he had gone back to England, came back again to Concord, and had been in his present house a long time. And unfortunately, he had a problem with his nerves and his the side of his head, and it got a bit worse. He was in hospital, and they, in the end, couldn't do anything. He had them treated before, and he came back from hospital, was in nursing home, and passed away. So his funeral is next week.
Wow.
So sad, Miss Murray.
Yeah.
Delia is on the Haywood committee with me and for Delia, so be a little bit short there now.
Wow.
Yeah. He'd been in the States a long time, beat me by a few years, and they say had gone home at one time to relocate back to the UK, and it didn't work out. He came back.
Wow.
So we'll miss Murray.
Yeah. I only knew Murray through Concord After 60, but he would run something called game night every now and then.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of us would head over to his place and we'd play all kinds of stuff, just fun little board games. It was a blast.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I think we're good. Do you guys, should we call this a meeting?
Yep, I'm
Okay.
I'm okay.
set.
Okay. We've got, so I guess, thank you, Christina, for taking the notes and ping us with what we're supposed to do this month.
Yeah.
Well, I think, the main thing is just making materials for an Earth Day table.
Yeah.
And it sounds like from actually doing color printouts of that coloring sheet.
Yes. Yeah.
And a printout of our committee overview.
Yeah.
And then anything else that people want to bring to a table.
I like that. Yeah.
You're gonna send a letter around if they want some help at the garden in West Concord?
Yeah, I'll email Isabel separately.
Yeah.
That would be it's May, I think, so.
Yeah. Or
May
whenever.
is,
it works for
May is
her.
when the weeds really start coming in, right?
Yeah.
Time to
Well-
get them before they get big.
Yeah. The earlier the better.
Well, if she wants help earlier, then
Yeah,
I can
Yeah.
let people know.
And I'll check out with Delia the rail trail.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good, because we could probably, we could survey the location and say what
Yeah.
kind of stuff do we want to put in there?
Yeah.
Maybe even toss in a few willow sticks and see what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Well, thank you all. Wow.
there's nothing more. I'll move the meeting be adjourned.
All right,
I'll
I second that.
Okay. Thanks, and we'll also, I guess we'll see everybody at the no-till.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Keep that on our calendars.
I think it'll be an interesting session.
Yeah. There was, we're adjourned now, but there was a very interesting documentary I got out of the library called Kiss the Ground or something like that, or Kiss the Dirt. Woody Harrelson talks about the value of no-till in that.
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, he's, well, anyway, he does a very good job of sounding like a farmer, and out west. Well, take care, you guys. Nice to see you all.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
night.
Bye.
Pleasure as always. Yep.